Hi, my name is Bobby Lin. I'm the CEO of Veloso. We're a full spectrum digital media content creator and distributor that changes people's hearts and the way they buy. Back in college, a friend of mine was living in Italy and he had just started a video company with his brother. There was a project that he was working with. It was a make or break moment and he needed help. I jumped to the occasion and I did some work for him. He sent me a file, I worked on it, and with what I rendered out, I would send back to him. And so he was able to put the footage that I'll give him and the footage that he made together and was able to make delivery on time. So that made me realize there was a real business opportunity here. Working on a video doesn't mean being in the same office. It can be, but for us, it was about working globally because he was halfway around the world to where I was at the time. And it wasn't just about a normal business, it was about a scalable business. I realized that the bigger the network we have, the more people that we have globally, the more we can deliver and the bigger projects that we can take on. And that was the start of Veloso. Veloso is short for valioso, which is Spanish for valuable. My late grandfather, the best man I know, has achieved so much in his life. At 8 years old he lost his father, and by the age of 10 he had become the man of the house. So he got a job working the rice fields, pulling a cow across the field, digging the rivets to plant the rice seeds. From there he had numerous jobs. Then he opened his first fruit shop when he had a family. He always worked really hard. He was a very hard worker. I remember stories that my mum would tell me of when he would be working throughout the night, still peeling fruit and dozing off to sleep with my mum hanging on his back. At that time, he had saved up enough money to purchase land. And with that land, he sold half of it to pay for the construction of the remaining half. And so from there, he got into real estate. But what was interesting was he didn't go to school, so he didn't know how to read. Yet he would get my mum to read the council developments in the papers in order to know where to build next. And so that was how he built a lot of the apartment blocks in his town. So he went from being one of the poorest in his entire neighborhood to being the first person in his community to be driving a car. So to me, he was not only an inspiration, but he was really the best man I know. So we create a very fun and pleasant workspace for our team members across the world. And we also participate in local charity events, such as Cooking for the Homeless. Besides that, we also have a box that we keep in the office where we donate what we have in our pockets and accumulate that, give it towards charity of our choosing. One, do sales first. Do sales first before building any sort of technology. From jumping into the deep end and doing sales first, you're going to come across many obstacles and you're going to retrieve a lot of data, which really lays the foundation and blueprint for developing your first iteration with technology. Two, if you can do it at home, you can do it anywhere. Some people, like myself at the very start, thought there were many boundaries from doing it at home. So I went about it the opposite way. I went about building my business in a foreign land, and I'm now seeing the consequences. Although the operating costs are lower where we started, more competitive where we started, it also means that I lose a lot of the things I took for granted. Number three, you will be poor. And that might be the case for a very long time. What people don't realize is that being a business owner or being the CEO, there's quite a large risk that's on your shoulders. Of course, we all want to make money, but there's a lot of competition out there. Unfortunately, we don't all get to succeed. So just make sure that you have a bigger reason beyond the money that will keep you going when you're not earning what you thought you'll be earning. Number 4, it's a life journey, it's not a sprint. I know people who own their own businesses can be very hard on themselves and work 24/7. It's not going to be over in a year or 2 years. It's a very long road. If you do want to see the fruits of your labor, then definitely keep yourself in check and be nice to yourself from time to time. Number 5, impossible is doable. Sometimes when we look at a very complex idea or business solution or business model or task, it can be very intimidating just because of the layers that's in there. For Veloso, we're now a full media solution, offering PR, marketing, video coverage, live streaming, and post-production services. We've become a full spectrum digital media content supplier and distributor. When we first started out, we only focused on video editing, and now we're global. We've been able to do this all without funding, and we also have many people around the world. 1 year ago, what we thought was impossible, we have achieved it today. Yeah. If you're passionate about something and you're curious and you're dedicated, you should go for it. Chase it. There is that saying, if you want to get to the top of the tree and you leap for it, you probably won't even get off the ground. So you might as well aim for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll land among the stars. So don't be intimidated by the complexity. Go one step at a time and don't give up, because impossibles do become possibles.